Hey guys, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm Shelagh at Virtually Nutritious. Today's video is something pretty exciting. It's a mini dollar store haul for health. Now, we don't have a dollar store near where I live. We have a dollar and more forever, whatever that might mean. But either way, these things are not necessarily a dollar, but everything is under $5. That's pictured here, which is a pretty good deal. So I know that a lot of excuses that people attribute to not eating healthy typically involve it's really expensive. And you know, when you go to the grocery store and you want to buy organic or want to go to Whole Foods to buy your groceries, yeah, your bill's going to be a little bit bigger. But a big part of being healthy is not necessarily buying organic and going to Whole Foods. You can get a lot of those similar items for a lot cheaper elsewhere. But today I'm focused on things like watching portion sizes and setting yourself up for success throughout the week. And the dollar store has plenty of stuff that can help you do that. And today's haul just really hits home how affordable it can really be. So let's just get into it. First up is one of my favorite things that I found at the Dollar and More Forever store is a food scale. So this is really important for, controlling portion sizes of things like your protein, so your meat, your fish, poultry, everything like that. Because if you've ever gotten a meal plan from a dietitian or you've ever gotten nutrition recommendations, you'll know that we usually give those recommendations in ounces. So this is a food scale and it can hold up to 1.1 pounds, and I got this for $4.99. And it's a pretty good deal. I mean, you can spend a lot more money, but there's no reason to. It's this little tiny bright blue scale that you can weigh your proteins on. Not too bad. Another thing that I love that I got is this salad container. I don't know if you can see in here. It's like a big kind of plastic cup. The lid has a little spot to put the dressing in, a little container, and it has a fork. So this is exceptionally good if you make a big salad, or it doesn't even necessarily be salad. It's something where you want to keep some items separate, and you want to bring it to work because you don't want to necessarily have to rely on, okay, what am I doing for lunch today? Just get something out of the vending machine or get something from the calf that might not be so helpful. This, I'm getting in lots of fruits and vegetables by having this, and it keeps it nice and fresh. There's nothing worse than a soggy salad, believe me. And this was $2.29. Next up, and goes along with the first item, that food scale in terms of portioning, are just some measuring cups. These are super important to have, not only for baking or cooking, but for measuring out portions of things. You don't necessarily have to be cooking at home to use these. You can use these with takeout and things like that as well. For instance, a serving of rice is half a cup, and I could tell you all day that half a cup is the equivalent to about a half of a baseball, but we're always going to overestimate that because rice is something we typically like. So by having a measuring cup, you can be really precise on how much you're getting. You can really control your portion sizes, and that's really helpful. And this set of measuring cups was $1.29. Not only is it a staple for cooking if you like to cook or bake, but it's just a staple for knowing how much you're eating of things and controlling your portion sizes. So I thought that was a really great find. Next up is something a little bit different from like a health food haul that you would normally see. But I thought that this is something, I actually needed this in my kitchen. I didn't have this and I really needed it. I wanted it. Because it is really super helpful when cooking. So for those of you who don't cook, you might not necessarily need this, but this is a stainless strainer with a handle. And this was $2.99. And I like this. I feel like it's one of those multi-purpose things because I don't like to have an item in my kitchen that I can't use for more than one thing. This is good for if you want to cook something like quinoa or brown rice or something like that, and you are not a fan of measuring out the water specifically and waiting for it to cook. If you kind of just want to dump and go, this is perfect. You can dump as much water in, cook the rice, cook the quinoa, cook it for the amount of time it says on the box, and then you can strain it. The holes are small so that the quinoa and the rice aren't going to slip through, which is huge because you can't just use a regular colander for that, or else you'll lose a lot of your grains, and you don't want to do that because, like I said, grains are delicious. This is also helpful for sifting flour, things like that when you're baking. So it really is just a multi-purpose tool, although it might not seem like it. Definitely is. The last item in this mini Dollar and More store haul is just this 2-pack of some Tupperware type items. These are 32 ounce 9x6 2-compartment plastic containers with lids. So this is great. You know, once again, if you're cooking a healthful meal at home and you're cooking double than you really need, you can separate it into lunches for 2 days at work, or, you know, if you want to do a lunch and a dinner and just be able to microwave it when you're hungry, it's perfect. And I like that it has the 2 compartments because if you're going to do something like rice, you put that in the small compartment, and then your protein can go on top of the rice, and then you can fill the other big container with vegetables. Or if you wanted to use your salad container, fill the salad container with vegetables. And then you can do, you know, your protein or your grain on the big side, both on that side, a little side of like fruit or something like that. And you have a really well-balanced meal. And this was $1.39 for 2 of them. I think it's really good, pretty heavy-duty plastic. It says it's microwave safe and freezer safe. You can use it for reheating. And that's really important because you want to make sure that your food is still safe, you know, through those temperature changes. So that wraps up my Dollar and More Forever store haul, or just the dollar store haul as I like to call it. It was a small one, but it just proves that point that, you know, being healthy isn't always super expensive. Healthy food can be expensive, but there are ways to just make healthful changes on a budget. As you can see, nothing that I bought today was over $5. The scale came pretty close, $4.99, but otherwise very reasonably priced items. And it doesn't have to be healthy, it doesn't have to break the bank to adopt healthier habits, and that's really what it's all about. So if you like today's video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any ideas for future videos, leave them in the comments below. I'm more than thrilled to make videos with content that you guys want to see. And if you like my channel so far and the content that I've been posting, please hit that beautiful little red subscribe button below and get notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching.